guess I'll go first. Hi, I'm Christy Garcia with Student Success.
Hi, I'm Kinsey. I'm with advising. I'm Aspen with the grants management.
I'm Ashley with Trio.
And I'm Tia with Trio.
Good afternoon, everybody. What do babies eat? What about calves, or baby monkeys, or kittens, or puppies? If your first instinctual answer was breast milk, you're going to be on track for agreeing with the rest of what I have to say. Today I want to discuss with you some of the benefits of going all natural and advocating for the advancement of breastfeeding as opposed to formula feeding. Information I'm sharing with you today was gathered from the Office of the Surgeon General, University of Oklahoma Health Science Center, the Cleveland Clinic, and Navarro Children's Health. Breastfeeding is a safe, healthy, and economically sound solution to infant diet and produces many benefits for mothers and babies as well. Now let's begin by looking at some of the risks presented by using formula to feed your child. Laid out in front of you is a handout pulled from the Oklahoma Breastfeeding Resource Center outlining many of the risks associated with formula. The decision to nourish your child is certainly your own, and you're well within your parental rights to feed your child how you wish. All new parents, especially mothers, need to know all the facts before making this decision. According to the Oklahoma Breastfeeding Resource Center, formula-fed babies are at a significantly higher risk of developing diarrhea, asthma, or type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, these risks don't stop there. The same resource states that formula-fed babies are 17 times more likely to develop pneumonia and twice as likely to die from sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. Often forgotten is the financial side of feeding your child. Navarro Children's Health states the basic formula cost can be upwards of $1,500 a year. This does not reflect the higher cost of soy or hypoallergenic formulas. While breastfeeding is not free due to the cost of pumps, storage bags, bottles, or even lactation supplements, these costs still pale in comparison. Now that we've covered the risks, let's move on to breastfeeding, specifically some inconveniences presented societally and how we can overcome them together. Neither formula feeding nor breastfeeding your child is inherently easy. Raising and nourishing a newborn, no matter how you're feeding, is exhausting and teach any parent the new meaning of tired. However, since breastfeeding is especially taxing on a mother's body, and even sanity at sometimes, it's especially important that these women feel encouraged and supported throughout this process. According to the Office of the Surgeon General, 75% of mothers start out exclusively breastfeeding, but that number sharply declines to 13% by the end of month 6. These numbers are significantly lower among the African American population. The success of mothers feeding her baby heavily depends on receiving support from her partner, employer, network of physicians, encouragement, proper education, reasonable amounts of maternity leave, facilitation of clean and private areas to feed and pump are all important, and assisting a mother, especially within the first 7 to 10 days postpartum, when breastfeeding can be particularly painful. We've gone over the risks of formula feeding and what would improve the success rates of breastfeeding mothers, and what benefits would mothers and society expect to see if more mothers said no to formula. Earlier, I mentioned the risks presented when choosing formula, but adversely, the opposite effects are true when a mother chooses to feed her child from her own body. Stemming from the initial antibodies found in colostrum, or a mother's first milk, babies that are breastfed are generally healthy in so many ways that I cannot possibly cover them all today in a limited amount of time. I didn't mention earlier, however, the benefits that breastfeeding mothers can enjoy themselves. Aside from the obvious bonding time and joy found from being the sole nutritional provider of your baby, there are many health benefits as well. Oxytocin, the hormone that is produced to cause uterine contractions, is also released during milk letdown. This, coupled with the hundreds of calories burned daily by producing milk, makes feeding directly after delivery help the uterus contract back to its original shape and helps mothers get back into their pre-pregnancy weights. Nemours Children's Health also highlights lowered risk of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, elevated blood pressure, and certain cancers in breastfeeding women. Because of these health benefits for both mothers and babies, the Office of Surgeon General cites a study published stating that if 90% of mothers followed lactation guidelines set forth, our country would save an estimated $13 billion annually in reduced medical costs. What can we do to support these strong women in their maternal journey of breastfeeding? In my wife and I's personal experience, encouragement was the most powerful tool, especially getting through the first 7 to 10 days postpartum, when the latch-on pain is particularly at its highest point. Really encouraging women during these first 7 to 10 days can push them through that first week and help them nurse through the recommended 6 months. Another obstacle we encountered was a proper place for my wife to feed or pump. This can be mitigated by nursing covers or even wearable pumps that fit inside of nursing bras. It's also necessary to remind establishments or employers that restrooms are not acceptable places to nurse or feed nurse your child or pump. After all, you wouldn't take your own lunch in a bathroom stall. Unfortunately, these things are often overlooked by individuals who have nursed before, and it's up to a mother's community to support and advocate for change. Today, I've shared the risks of formula with you, the benefits of nursing for both babies and mothers, and covered the steps to help support women in the difficult but very rewarding decision to feed their children from their own bodies. As I stated earlier, the decision how to feed your child is yours to make, and we've all heard the term, breast is best. But at the end of the day, a healthy baby is a healthy baby. As a society, we need to accommodate nursing mothers more, but fed is best.